In the past year, we've had many new huge games release on Roblox. But the game that introduced us the trend of getting millions of players is Grow a Garden. Despite still being new, it managed to very quickly get into front page and even start breaking records after records for highest player count. And at this point, it was the biggest game not only on Roblox, but in the entire world. But now Grow a Garden is not able to come even close to being as popular as it was just 6 months ago, and it seems the situation with this game is not getting any better at all, and it just keeps falling further down every month. Today you won't see it being in top 20 most played games. In some cases it can even go below top 30. And even taking just the last 3 months, it basically went from averaging over 200,000 players on weekdays, and today it's getting close to averaging less than 40,000 players. The reason it became so popular in the first place is because of how simple and catchy it was. Just buy plants, harvest crops, sell and get better. And today it's different, not in a positive way. When pets were added, they were like a side thing you could do to help yourself progress a bit faster. Today, pets almost feel like the main part of this game, like take a look at what I found on a random public server. And in some cases, even updates can be centered around pets. The main points of this game kind of just faded away, and with that, more and more people quit playing it. And on the topic of updates, that is pretty much the main reasons people quit this game. You know, people were starting to get bored of the updates a few months ago, but the latest few updates are impressively bad at keeping players' interest. So the pet-related update I just showed is called Feed a Pet, and this might be the worst update the game ever had. Basically, the entire update is just this little podium that has random permanent eggs appear on it. After 10 minutes, it hatches into a random pet, and if you feed it, then you get it. That's literally the entire update. They promised a new mini-game, new pets, seeds, and more. And you know what? They delivered none of that because the eggs that appear on the podium existed before the update. Actually, I did find the new stuff they promised for the update, but we'll get to it a bit later for a reason I will also mention later. Alright, what was the update after this one? The bird nest event update. Is it really any better? Well, yes. And don't get me wrong, it is still bad. In this case, you feed the birds any plant and they give you a random reward, either watering can, basic sprinkler, or a new bird egg. And unlike the last update, there actually was something new, these 5 bird pets you could get from the egg, with the best one being Burb. And that's it. No new plants for 2 weeks in a game called Grow a Garden. And these 2 updates got quite a lot of hate for a pretty obvious reason. The bird nest one wasn't liked since it barely added new content. But Feed a Pet update was so bad, it dragged attention from outside the community. Starting with the replies almost getting more likes than the original post, and ending with numerous posts which really shows how many people are disappointed in this game. There was also this poll in their Discord server apparently, and almost no one liked the update as you can see. To make updates so bad that most of your own players hate it, that is something that actually requires effort, because anything would be better than Feed a Pet update at this point. But updates aside for now, what is one thing that people do not like about games? Pay to win, or more specifically, when a game gets more pay to win. And Grow a Garden did become more pay to win with time. It's noticeable with the Robux shop. But you also have to remember that there is a season pass in this game too. And then you got these tokens, which are always 1-to-1 Robux price, the best value pack being best value because you get a skin for 25,000 Robux. But in general, this game wasn't affected by pay to win as much comparing it to some other games. And now going back to that Feed a Pet update where they promised new plants and pets, so where did they exactly add them? According to the wiki, this update added 5 new plants and 6 new pets, but the twist is that they are all locked behind merch. That's right. The update itself had nothing new in it at all, and all of the more interesting content was kept behind a paywall in form of merch. And fun fact, pretty much the same happened with the bird nest event. It did have new plants, but they all were locked behind merch. So imagine waiting for an update just for all the content to be locked behind a paywall and you as the player get nothing new at all. This is the level of greed even big games did not achieve. And after receiving backlash from players who has been waiting for new plants, since after all, this is a game that is meant to be about garden and not pets, they finally made update with plants. The currently latest update as of when this video is out is Buttercup Quest event. And this update, while is better than the previous two in my opinion, is still not a good one. You are being met with this tiny garden and NPC which gives you two options to check the quest list or the shop. Quests revolve around you having to plant the same plant hundreds or even thousands of times, hoping to get the right colors. And the shop offers you just one item, which is this crate. And this crate contains 4 new plants and a new pet. And that is the update for you. Do I really need to remind the fact that this game is owned by a multi-million-dollar studio, which has a ton of people in the group, yet the updates they release feel like they were made a day before the update. So basically all you do is just buy these buttercup seeds in the seed shop, plant them, and then collect coins from quests to then use them to buy crates for random stuff. And since this plant actually existed before the update, people were trying to prepare. But just seeing the replies they get, it looks like they decided to delete seeds from those who had too many. So what about the update? It looks cheap. The event place looks like it was made in a few minutes at most, and compared to what events looked like before, it's crazy how big of a downgrade this is. And the amount of content per update is also much lower. This update got 4 new plants you can get, but something like Fall Market had 14 plants on part 1. And the thing is, this game still makes a lot of money, being top 12 most earning game right now on the platform. The issue doesn't come from lack of ideas, but lack of care for the players. And players notice that, so they just send the hate right on to the owner of the game. And players are not hating just to hate, they genuinely want to play the game and don't want to see it getting ruined like this. And people not liking what's happening with the game really shows. This might be one of the first games I have ever seen get more dislikes than likes. And you can actually see when they started to make updates that people have not been liking at all. And as for games player count, 43,000 is still a lot, obviously. But compared to the 2 million it used to average, that is almost 98% loss. And even if we take admin abuses, all-time high was 22.3 million. The latest admin abuse got 415,000, which is also about 98% less players than before. And just seeing how the game is being handled right now, I think the end of this game is getting close, unless the owner decides to actually put at least some effort into giving players what they want. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I will be making a Q&A video for 25,000 subscribers. You can watch one of these videos while waiting for a new one. They are good too. You can play our game or join my Discord server with links in description, and I will see you soon.